Hey guys. Ugh. Queen was like, girl, come on, let's talk shit. I was in my bathrobe, so I was like, hold on. Let me get myself together. Still not together. Alright. Alright, well, I know people have been asking about the lizards, so I brought one, and I brought a cute fall outfit to dress him in. Hey, Rody girl. Hey, prayer partner. Hey, prayer partner Eve. Hey, Sarah. Hold on. Hey, Jameson. So I brought Hulk because he's a little asshole. I like dressing him up. Hey, I posted the link in chat. You can come up. He don't like being dressed up, and he always looks angry. So I brought him in his royal bed. Oh no, not my keyboard. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, Judy. Hey, Jameson. All right, hold on. I'm gonna try this for y'all. I'm gonna try. I don't know if he's gonna let me because he's pissed already. I have crickets and lizards. They take care of themselves outside. Hey, Buttercup. Well, you live somewhere where they have lizards? My son is so jealous of that. He keeps saying, Mom, we gotta move to Florida so I can just catch lizards all day. That's all he wants to do. Hey, Connie. All right, ready? I'm gonna shock y'all with this outfit. Hold on. I can't do all my outfits because I'll give away the lizard fashion show. But Hulk, sit still. Hey, Princess Megan Elsa. Hold up. Oh, he's letting me put it on. Watch it. Okay, hold on. I gotta mute real quick and see a video real quick. Queen, what do you got me watching? 2 MGLs? Oh, he got out of it, you punk. Well, he was a lumberjack, but he climbed out of it. How big does he get? This is as big as he'll get, Johnny. He ain't getting much bigger than this. Hold on. I can't get up his scales because they're stuck. He's pissed. He will literally try and bite me and shit. He's mean. But I think that just makes it all more the fun. There we go. To dress him up. See, you got a little lumberjack hat. All right. I'll get you out of it, punk. I got a lumberjack. I got a unicorn. I got a lobster. I got a dragon with wings. Let me see. So, this is like, yeah, he is pissed. He's cranky. You want to come up? All right, come on. Yeah, he won't get bigger than this. This is as big as they get. Well, as big as he gets. I got a spider. I got little eyeballs on it. I got Santa. Oh, here's the lobster eyes. Hold on. Let me show y'all what else. He sounds like he's like wheezing, probably because he's all stressed out. I took him out of his tank. I'm gonna have to put him back. Rudolph. This is an ugly Christmas sweater. You'll think I was kidding when I made a lizard fashion show. Where are you going? No, you can't go on my head. It says chill out. And then, oh, here we go. Here's the bottom half of the lobster. Here's a unicorn. See? Hulk, you're hurting me. And I thought, oh, I did get it. I call this one. Hey, girl. I call this one the Michael Long costume. I dress him up like Michael Long.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
It's my Michael Long lizard costume. It's got a red bandana and everything, and it comes with
I was just going to say, does it have a fucking bandana on it? I know it does.
Girl, I heard you controversial now.
Oh, my God. Isn't that ridiculous? Can't even go into a fucking chat and say, hey, yo, what's up? They're, oh, I heard Queen Bee's controversial now. Oh, really?
Well, that's because she does she exposes tragedy pimps and scammers. You know, how can you not be controversial? Magic rocks included.
Fucking people hate me. That's okay. I don't give a shit.
Girl, your late night panels are my favorite thing ever. I'll be trying to go to bed and I'll just be listening on the next to me, and then I'll just hear some like weird ass person come on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Now I'm gonna have to go back and stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning because I hear some shit going on.
And it's always late. Listen, and it's always people we don't fucking know. Like last night, some lady came on. Was you there last night when that lady came on?
Tracy?
I have no fucking idea who she is or where she came from. Ain't never heard of this woman in my life. Have no clue. All of a sudden, next thing I know, she's up on my panel telling me how important she is and how much better she is, and we don't even know who she is.
And Queen cursed her the fuck out and told her to go.
I'm like, well, shit. I don't think anybody. You know, I've always been taught to treat everybody the same. You treat the janitor the same way you would treat the damn president. You all have respect for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not.
No sleep, Jameson. Every time I'm like, I try and go to sleep, and then something crazy happens. The night before was the night before when Laura and that lady were
yeah, that coffee lady got into yeah.
Oh my goodness. I was like, every time I go on there's something going on.
Well, then I got somebody coming up in the back chat like, you know what? We just watched what you did. We just watched everything you said to Tracy. We're doxing you and your family in 24 hours. I'm like, well, if you have been around and you know us, then you know I've been doxed about 180 fucking times, and people still don't have the right information. Like, what the fuck?
Nope.
And G was like, look, she's like, my name's Ashley.
Ashley.
She's like, can you dox my fucking boss so he'll stop calling me into work every day? There's so much stupid shit that goes on
this. Pecan, you went on panel too. You have a really
she did. Is she in the chat? Look, I don't even have the fucking chat up. Shame on me.
Come up, Pecan. Are you busy? I love Pecan's voice. It's adorable. Why are you not scared that Lizard won't eat my ear? He won't eat my ear. I don't know if he was going to. He bit me a couple times though. I will say that. He's mean when he wants to be. He's more scared. He'll only bite me if he's in his tank. Cause he's territorial, I guess you can say. So if I like put my hands in his tank, he'll get mad. Do this. He'll bob at me and stuff. She said, I entered the arena. I can come up in a little bit. I know. I was like, oh, how cute is her voice? Hey, Jen.
I was like, oh my gosh, we had a panel virgin up there last night. And things got crazy. I'm like,
That's
geez,
so
you had
cool.
to do it while Pecan Pie came up here. Dang it.
So what
I was like,
video is this? Why is there 2 MGLs? I'm so confused right now.
okay, well, you need to mute before you watch that. I just got that, and oh my goodness, she went on there and flashed the shit out of Michelle. Somebody asked her, yes, pulled her
Like,
shirt up and started shaking her tatas all in this lady's face.
and like Molly did? Or the other chick?
Molly, yes, girl, watch the clip.
Oh
Mute
my
your fucking mic first. Mute your
god.
mic.
I
And
have
then
it.
watch it. That's why I tried to
I
send it to
have
you
the
before I got
Molly.
on here because I was like, she's not gonna even know me talking shit. She's not even gonna know what I'm talking shit about.
Holy shit. I wish I could play this, but I can't.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. And she pops both of them up in there too.
Like titties all up in there.
Yeah.
What the hell? Where was this? Was this on like a private StreamYard? I'm so confused.
No, I think it was Michelle's channel, and I think they were trying to get it shut down. I don't know though.
Oh, the other chick? Oh my god. Why? Because she's the same.
Yeah, because
name?
she's like, I'm not mad at you. Actually, I'm not mad at you at all. And MGL's like, yeah, I'm not mad at you either. And she's like, yeah, because the cops put you in your fucking place. She's like, oh yeah, they did, didn't they? And Molly's like, oh, they did, didn't they? And she's like, yeah. She's like, is justice for all coming up here? And Molly's like, I don't know. I think he's gonna take a link. She like moves out of the camera and then fucking flips the camera on and starts shaking her tatas everywhere. I could not believe.
My aunt used to be like, I had this crazy aunt. She died. She got in a car accident when I was young. Like, and it was funny because like it was normal to me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't crazy to me, but like anytime anyone said anything to her, like gave her an attitude or nothing, she would flash them. We'd be like driving down the street, and she was like a crazy like chick.
She's just a wild woman, huh?
Didn't give a fuck, right? And like we'd be in traffic and somebody'd beep at us, and she would just lift up her shirt and shake them around. But my goodness. In a nutshell, guys, I'll explain the video to you. There's another.
I said MGL starts singing "My Milk" brings all the.
I didn't hear that. No,
brings all the YouTube chicks to the yard.
Oh my god. So, this girl, she has the name MGL too. It's like Michelle Goes Live, and I guess Molly's on her panel, and just whips her boobs out and is like holding them and just rubbing them and swinging them around and singing.
Yeah, like straight up, and she's like, Michelle's like, I see you. Like, I think the intention was for you to see her.
Hey, Texas. I know football is on. Me and Queen just wanted to come up and talk. I have my fantasy actually. Well, oh shit.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't really fuck with football. Do you need to get off here?
Oh no, it's college football. I don't really watch college football.
Oh, gotcha.
I watch Sunday. Yeah, Ryan. And Molly Golightly was whipping some boob out on another lady. Michelle Goes Live. But yeah, I watch NFL. I do fantasy football, but I do it with the NFL. I don't do college football. I'm not a big college football fan. I know some of y'all are gonna make fun of me for that, but Sarah likes college football. Oh man.
Shit, just one of her things is one as big as your head.
It is. Her boob is huge. It's like a bowling ball. I swear to God.
Yes. I'm like, holy hell, what you doing even messing around with them online like that? Could stop that.
I can't believe she did that. I mean, I can, but and she's like holding them together and jumping up and down and everything. What channel? I think it was, well, I'm sure it's deleted now.
Oh yeah, it's down now. I just got the clip of it or whatever. It's sent to me by somebody else who got the clip from someone else. You know what I mean? You know how it goes.
Mm-hmm. She definitely.
And they're like, did you see what MGL pulled last night? And I'm all, nah, I didn't. I was actually busy on my own bullshit, on my own panel dealing with bullshit over there. Buttercup, you missed the live last night. and I ain't even had a chance to email you about it yet.
Oh yeah. Here, if anyone wants to come up, you can come up and put the link. Yeah, Buttercup. It was crazy last night. That lady, she sounded like she was like tripping or something. She was like,
Make sure you put an overlay up just in case you get,
I think I
some
made
little peen streams, some little.
Oh, I'm gonna try it real quick. Is this an overlay? Oh no, is a virtual background the overlay? Oh no.
No, that's you. That's in your background. I can just popped on. But
So
it says in the thing, it says
overlay?
add overlay, and you just put a picture in there or a screenshot or something. You know how I do with mine? Covers up the screen where you're at.
Yeah. Hold on. Where does it say it? Oh, guess.
And the brand, go back and where it says brand at, and then scroll down like where your music is and all your stuff. You know what I mean?
Over on the side.
Yeah, you see it? And
Yes,
it says add overlay, and it's got the music and stuff like that.
You could put pictures in that. I have.
Yes, that's how I get the one that goes over my Queen Bee one that goes over the front of the screen when I bring people up.
Yeah.
That's how I have the overlay. That's where I put it at. It's right there, so I can always pop it up, and then I'll put that or the fair use clip up before I bring anybody on panel.
I always just
see, because one person will ruin it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? With the bullshit. So I'm not with that bullshit. What
happened is Zav girl freaking.
Oh my God, I felt really fucking bad for her. You know what I mean? Even after, even with all the bullshit,
yeah,
she fucking let two people come up there and they acted like they were normal and shit. And then as soon as she walked away to go to the bathroom, they fucking started going to town. And there was nothing anybody could do until she got back to turn it off.
Yeah, and I heard it was like bad. Like the one dude was like covered in crap. Like
yuck.
What?
Well, I guess anybody that tags Kylie Rodney in their post is going to be dealing with that. So people better be getting ready for the bullshit.
Mm-hmm. While people are here, if you all haven't heard yet, on the 4th, I'm having a special guest come on. He works for Philadelphia. Well, I don't know if he still does, but he did. Or he might still. I don't know. He either used to work for them or still does. But I'll just say works for Philadelphia Ghost Tours, where they take you around all the haunted places. And then he wrote a book called Haunted History of Philadelphia and Haunted History of Delaware. And I have this video playing on loop, and every time I start talking, I get distracted of Molly's titties. Sorry. I didn't know it was still playing, and I just see them bouncing. Besides the 2 books, he's wrote a play about Jeffrey Dahmer and starred in it, and he knows everything about Jeffrey Dahmer, so he's going to help me present the case. I found him because he was fact-checking the Netflix documentary of what was real and what they added. And then I found out about all stuff, and I'm like, oh, this will be perfect for a Halloween kickoff thing. So I have that, and then I'm gonna do spooky cases and dress up and stuff. But that's gonna be on the 4th at 8:00.
Oh hell yeah! I was gonna say you'll have to remind me. I get busy and forget. I was so pissed I missed your live yesterday. I was like, God damn it.
Oh yeah, did you see the I want to show you guys this just because I've been crazy about it today. Hold on. Not that we're talking about crime, but I just want to show you guys this. Did you see the surveillance chat, Queen? Of Debbie?
We watched that. What do you mean, in her car afterwards, where she sat there for the 10 minutes?
Yeah, that one.
We watched some of it last night on mine.
I might have been off or right. Might have got off of them. I was
listening. I was
gonna
say, with all the bullshit going on, I'm sure. Go ahead and play it again because I need to see it again.
But I want to show you this car that's bothering me. Some people are saying it's the delivery driver, but it almost seems like they're doing things at the same time.
Well, and I've changed my opinion. I was really hell bent on the daughter, thinking it was her that what I'm saying she was real sketch, and although she is really sketch, I don't think it is the daughter now. She's only been back there 2 days. You know what I mean? And normally I'm an advocate for the families and shit. With this one, I feel kind of it does go on my stomach and knots. I do kind of feel a little off about it, but I just really do not think her daughter did this. She might have been involved in some way, you know what I mean? Like,
I think
but
she at
I
least
don't think
is
she actually committed the crime herself, because that was very personal, and I don't think she could actually do that to her mother. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she committed it. I think she knows something though. Like I think like she knows who did or she's involved somehow.
I keep going back to, she was either having an affair or talking to somebody. Her and her husband were married a long time. She had no kids living with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have been doing anything in her free time. I feel like there was something going on with somebody somewhere. There's something, there's extra shit going on somewhere. You know what I mean?
See, the only thing that gets me is like, why would she oh my god. Oh yeah. So after she got that Venmo, why wouldn't she call 911 right away and be like, mom just sent me this message saying like, somebody has her and they're not letting her go. I don't know what's going on. It was like 3 hours later until anyone called. That bothers me. All right. So what? Let me share my screen so you can see this. Watch this car. It might be nothing and it might just be coincidental, but I can't shake it. So I was thinking maybe somebody was there because it looks like red's up against the window, but I think it's the tote bag. Like, I think that's the tote bag right there. I think she put it on it. So Beetle, I seen the picture that you sent me. It looks like it could be a dude, but at the same time, it looks like it could be the shape of a seat at the same time. All right, so see this car right here? Like in this corner, the little tip of it right there?
Yeah.
All right, keep an eye on that. So she pulls out, right? She starts pulling out. Why is this? Is it playing? Yeah. All right, so as she pulls out, I think it's like not loading fast, so just bear with me. All right. Now look, as she gets like right here, that person gets out of the white car. Gray Hughes has a farther away video camera so you can actually see her get out of the car. But she looks over at her, right? And then Debbie pulls over. Like she backs out and then she pulls over right here. That lady gets out, looks at her in the red, and then Debbie pulls over. And she pulls over until this woman comes back out.
Well, I was gonna say maybe she was waiting on, like, something else, or maybe she was like, you know what I mean? Who knows? But obviously
but
she wasn't, because they said it wasn't drug related.
But like as soon as this woman got in the car, she starts driving off, right? So the woman, she waits till the woman comes back out. The woman gets in the car, then she starts driving off. This car hasn't driven off yet, and then she starts slowing down up here, like up here. She starts slowing down, almost like when you're waiting for someone to follow you and you slow until they start going. She slows down, and then this car starts going, and then they follow each other out. Oh, he debunks it? Oh, I didn't see it. Hold on, let me check.
Hey, have you talked to that Ryan since all that shit happened?
Yeah, he messaged me and he said that his account was cloned, or that like somebody was like patrolling.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, at least you got to touch base with him to find out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, he commented on one of my things and was like, "Yeah, that wasn't me. Somebody cloned my account."
Oh, damn. Okay, well, at least we blocked it then. Cool. Well,
Oh, she turns left. So the lady turns left out of the thing? Interesting. So then, yeah, he's here now. Hey, Robert Ryan. Oh, come on. Why is it doing this? Well, then maybe it's like a delivery driver or something, but she didn't come out with anything. But if she does turn left, then they weren't following each other. I don't know what to think, but it like, I don't think the daughter directly did anything, because I agree it would be like really hard for her to like do it herself. But I do think she knows who did it. And I think just because why would you wait? There's just too much stuff. Like, why would you wait not to call 911? And I don't know. I don't like accusing the family, but I think maybe like Debbie was like paying off a debt for her or something like that, and it went wrong, or or she asked her mom to do a favor for her and it went terribly wrong. Why can't I get this open? My screen won't go away. Oh, there we go. Hey, Earth Intro, how are you?
Hey, girl. Is that the girl from our channel?
Yeah.
What's up, baby? I ain't talked to her for a while. She ain't even been around to the lives. She's probably been busy. I ain't talked to her for a little bit.
Yeah, last night was another crazy night. The lady Tracy came. Is Tracy the lady who was on Tony Dodge's panel that was like belly dancing?
I don't think so. Okay, when she came up, it came up as Tracy, but it came up as like Van Camper Life or something like that. I got a screenshot of it.
Because there was like a
when she came up with her camera on, and I was like, do you want to keep your camera on or do you want to turn it off? Do you know, because I don't like to bring people up on panel if they don't want their cameras on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure she had her camera on at first, but I didn't bring her up on the. I made sure the overlay was over just in case, because she said she was new to my channel and she had never been there. She had never heard of it, but it was kind of odd that she got the link. I don't know how. I don't know, because I don't even know where I've never even heard of this woman, so I don't know how she got the link or where she came from. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab my phone charger. If I drop off, it's because I went dead. My phone died, and I'll be right back up.
All right. Yeah. I swear I remember that he had this. Hold on a second. Is he from Philly? Is Tony Dodge from Philly? Tell me he's not from Philly. We don't accept him if he's from Philly, because he shared a link saying thugs, Philadelphia, PA, thugs ransack Wawa convenience store, which is a really like not national news story that's been around like Philly. Oh, we're just talking about random stuff, Ryan. But yeah, we were talking about Molly Golightly's boobs for a minute. But anyway, before I lose track, he had some, I swear it was Tony Dodge, or maybe it was Upchurch. I don't know, but somebody had this woman on. She's like a skinnier woman with like long hair. And it was like late at night. She was acting Arizona. That's so weird. He's sharing a video about like this story from Philadelphia where a bunch of kids ransacked a Wawa, but it was like, it wasn't really like national news. So I don't even know where I would find this, but they were saying this woman, it was like late at night, and she was like, really strange, doing this like belly dance. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. Help me out here. Maybe he has an East Coast accent to you. From Ohio, but he lives in Arizona. Well, Ohio's close. Like, I'm from Philly, but I don't have a strong Philly accent. Some people have like a really. It depends what county you're from, because some counties all right, so like the South Philadelphia, like Italian people have like a really strong accent, and a lot of the South Philly Italians moved to Delaware County. So there's like a big section of Delco where they have a really like strong accent. If you guys know Granny's watching on YouTube, she has a really strong accent like that. You think I have a strong accent? No, I'm saying I don't have a strong one. I'm saying some people do, but like I don't have a strong Philly one. There's some things I do say. The bearded dude who smokes cigarettes. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about him, but he had this woman on. Hold on. It was like one of his insomniac late night streams, you know what I mean, that he does. And here it is. Hold on. I'm going to just share my screen for 1 second. That's his wife? No, it's not. That's not his wife. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know what plane he's on, but I thought that was Tracy. People were saying that she was like a creek squatter. The lady who was doing the belly dance. Tell me, is that his wife, really? Hold on. I'll show you. I found her. Because there was this big, like... This lady. I have no idea who she is, but for some reason I thought maybe that was her because they said she was like, you know, a Creek Squad chick and that she was up there kind of... She just... I don't know. I have a straight up Center City Philly accent. Yeah, there's a lot of things I do say. Like I say wooder. People say I say, like Chloe Joe was saying, I say Maryland weird. Orange bagel. Like instead of saying bagel, I say bagel. We say like crick instead of creek. When I'm talking about going to the beach, I say down the shore, and I don't even realize I say it because that's just like, yeah. Well, he's awake. He probably did fall asleep, but yeah, he's sleeping. There's 2 games on it and a race all on TV, and you're jumping back and forth. Yeah, I watch NFL. I put on Red Zone all Sunday. I sit at work. I'm at work till 4 on Sundays, and I just put Red Zone on my computer and just watch all the games because I play fantasy football. And but I don't really. I can't get. I only can get into like baseball and stuff when it's like playoffs. I like hockey though. You also say cousin instead of cousin. Cousin, my cousin. I say like my cousin. Crayons. Yeah. Barry. How do I say it? I feel like that's how everyone says it, Barry. He told me once my son went to the shore, and I'm like, what's the shore? Yeah, so we say down the shore because New Jersey is like south of us, and you know we call it the Jersey Shore. So we say like we're going down the shore, and like I'll be talking about it and say down the shore. I forget where I said it, and somebody was in chat, and they were like, "Oh, you must be from Philly because you said down the shore," and I didn't even realize that I said it. It just comes out. Yeah. And if you come to Philly and you want a cheesesteak, hoagie. Yeah, we say hoagie too. People call it Zeps. I think that's like the weirdest thing ever. Or what's the other word for it? Isn't there another word? Delaware is a beach. Yeah, that's close. It's not the shore though. Those of us from the South pronounce it as Barry. How I pronounce words from Philadelphia. I was saying that like one day while I was on a panel, I said something about going down the shore, which to us is going to the beach because Jersey's like south of us. So from Philly, you say, oh yeah, we're going down the shore. Like that's what we say, like going down the beach. But people are like, what the hell is down the shore? But because people call it the Jersey Shore, that's why.
Right. So it's totally different. See, here in the Midwest, we're like, we're going to the river, going to the pool. You know what I'm saying? It's like different. You know what I mean? Going down to the water, going down to the river. We don't ever say the beach or nothing like that because we don't really have beaches here. You know what I mean?
Do you consider do you have like one of the Great Lakes near you? Is that considered like a beach?
I don't. But yeah, there's some there. Yeah, there is some. But I mean, they're not like next to me. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Hulk. I just dropped a bunch of shit on the floor. Okay, all right. Go ahead, climb back up. P.O. boy. Oh, a Philly cheese. So if you come,
no, it's called a po' boy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's called. It's it's like a food. It's like a sandwich. It's called it's called a po' boy. Is what you're talking about.
Oh, we
it's
call
it a P.O. boy. It's called a po' boy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we call it a hoagie here. But if you come for a cheesesteak to Philly, what's it called? The two, I can't even think of their names because I hate them so much. The two main cheesesteak places, they suck. Pat's and Geno's. Nobody from Philly likes Pat's or Geno's. Steve's Princess Steaks is slamming. Delisandro's, and there's a place called like Phil's, I think, that's really good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's good. I'm off on the Great Lakes, and it's called a beach, though it isn't saltwater. Gotcha. All Texas lakes are man-made except for one, Caddo Lake. Random fact for the day. You want the baby on my shoulder? He's kind of mean. My other ones are nice, but this one, we could say soda.
I'm surprised you ain't got people. Did you drop the link? Nobody wants to come up here and talk some shit with us?
Hulk, really? He just climbed up. I was trying to pick him up, and he climbs on my head.
Aww. You know what? My little one's got her 2 beardies out. I'm like, when that one laid eggs or whatever, I was like, oh my fucking God. I think I called you that day. I was like, oh my God, Kate,
like,
what do I fucking do? What do I do with these? I was like, she's got like 70 of them, and she's having more.
I have one who lays eggs like once a week. Yes, Jameson, come talk shit. I have one who lays eggs so much, and she's yellow, so we call her Egg because she just lays so many eggs. But
now I got a question. So she laid her eggs or whatever, and she hasn't had any issues, like nothing since, like so that's it. Now I got a question. Pause your YouTube.
We lost you. Come back up, girl.
I was gonna say she probably clicked the link, dang it, and you can't say I kicked you off because I ain't got control of nothing over here.
It wasn't me.
I was gonna say, people are like, yeah, she booted me. No, I didn't. I really didn't.
So many people say that. They're like, how would you even know if you got booted? Because it doesn't even say you got booted. You just go to like a what's it called screen. But here's the thing. There's a time frame in which breeding season is. It's from like March up until like September. And in that time frame is normally when they lay eggs. Sometimes they can lay like 3 to 4 clutches, just like month after month after month. Like as soon as they get a little fat on them, boom, they'll start again. And then other ones, it's all random, really. Other ones will just lay eggs once and then wait again till next year. I know. I keep forgetting the layover. It better be you, X-Earth.
It is. Sorry, I've been disappearing on you guys.
Sorry. Yeah, you missed it last night on Queen's channel. There's this woman, Tracy from Creek Squad, and
oh shit.
I heard she was from Creek Squad. That's where I'm hearing. I think that's what Cappy said. And she kept saying she was going to take us on a trip, and she was going to hold on a second.
I guess I'm going to have to go watch.
She kept saying she was going to take us on a trip. Hey, dolls.
Hello, my name is Jelly.
Your hair
is Hi, how are you guys?
I mean, I can take the overlay off. Just don't pee bomb us.
What did you say?
I'm kidding.
So, how are you?
Is that a? What is that? Is that you?
No.
Or is it a doll? Is it a
I am.
doll?
Hold on, let me fix my hair. There we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Look, when I just came back to the fucking live, I'm like, is that spaghetti noodles or what the fuck is that?
Oh, hell no, you didn't. Let me come to your house right now.
What?
Did you call my sister ugly? I'm going to beat you up, Queen Bee. That's what your YouTube channel called. You ban me all the time if you want, but it's not gonna work. Can I show you my face? It's just prank people. Hi.
Hi.
I'm in bed right now, just chilling.
Yeah.
Let me show you my picture.
Wait a minute. Is this Josh?
Yes.
Josh, you're too
Okay,
young
well,
to
hold
be
on.
up
Why
here,
you been
guys.
playing with me? Why you been playing with me?
1 minute. Let me type my name.
All right,
Yeah,
Josh.
because I was going to say, you've been playing with me. I've been wanting to bring you up, but I've had to block you twice now because when you don't show me your picture, and when you show me your eyes, you look really young.
How old are you, Josh?
18.
Okay, as long as you're 18, that's fine.
His name is Josh 18.
Yes. Well, because he came up as Josh first, and I was going to bring him
Why
on
do you keep
the
blocking
panel.
me? What did I do to you?
When's your
I
birthday,
was trying to
Josh?
help you.
What year is your
Queen bee.
birthday?
What?
Don't tell me your birthday. What year is it? What year were you born? That's all I need to know.
21st.
Never mind.
No, I think the 21st. I think they're saying the day is the 21st, right?
I meant the year,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
I'm watching your stream right now.
You're
Yeah.
on it. You're in here with us. You're up here on panel with us.
Oh. True.
Yeah, you're up here talking to us on panel.
Why do you
Well-
keep banning Queen Bee? Because what did I do to you? I ain't done nothing to you.
Because my streams are 18 and older, and like I just said, when you came on the camera, it shows from your eyes up. It doesn't show your whole face, and you've never came on camera with your whole face. So I said, you look like you're about 12 to maybe 15, and I didn't want to have you or be, get in trouble for having a younger kid or a younger person on my panel. You never came up and showed me your face and chatted and all that. You just looked very, very young, and you never came in chat. You wouldn't talk to me in the private chat. I tried to talk to you back there and you wouldn't talk to me. So I was not going to bring you on panel. Now that I've seen your face, I will bring you up on panel.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I appreciate you showing me, because like I said, I thought you were very young.
Excuse me. Can I say sorry to you? What I did that. I am sorry I went into your stream. I won't do it again. I'll come on just calmly, and then I'll be good. Okay?
Absolutely. I would love that.
I like your glasses on. I like wearing glasses all the time as well.
Yeah.
They're cute.
I
Kate,
put my
she's a cutie, ain't she? Kate's a cutie with her glasses.
It looks so cool.
Yeah, I have a couple
Well-
pairs. I get them from this site called Zenny.
Oh, that's so cute. What's on your shoulder?
It's a bearded dragon. It's a lizard.
Oh, hello, dragon.
Crawling up. Does his nails hurt? Does it scratch?
Just be careful what you're doing.
His not so much. His not so much, but
It's
other
actually
ones do.
so cold in this house.
Yeah, we have a shop where I live. I think they closed down. They had bearded dragons. However, they became illegal out here. And
Really?
I would have gotten them. He was about $500. Like I said, I still would have gotten him anyway. Except he was mean as hell. I picked him up, and that little man, he was like a snapper too. My mom's like, oh, he's like, that dude's perfect for you. I'm like, I'm not a snapper. She's like, you are in the mornings. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine, that's cool. But the thing is, his tail was like the most dangerous. And when I went to put him down, he whacked me so hard in my arm. I woke up the next morning with a 4-inch bruise.
Was he a bearded dragon or was he iguanas? Because bearded dragons don't tail whip that much, but I mean, they can.
No,
but
this one was. He was.
iguanas are more.
He was a flat. He was a flat bearded dragon. His body was like a circle. Now, I'm not quite sure if he was a actual bearded dragon, only because his body was just a circle.
Hold on, I'll show you.
But he was a little bit. Let's just say he was a little bit ferocious. I still would have taken him down.
I'll show you what an iguana is, and they're pretty ferocious.
Oh, I've had them. I've had them before.
Guys. They tail whip like hell, but the bearded dragons usually don't tail whip as much. But
That's cool.
This one did only. Oh, go ahead then. Sorry.
He's my cranky one, but he's only cranky if he's in his tank. Once he's out, he's nice. But if I did this in his tank, he would try and bite me, and he would head bob at me, and go like this, and like be mean.
Well, the thing with this one was, I think he was hurt by his previous owners.
Probably.
That's why. So
I have 8 bearded dragons because I rescue them because so a lot of people get them as like throwaway pets for their kids, like buy their kid like a little lizard and not really
I'm weird. I'm serious. I'm like really weird. I mean, I talk to these animals like they're humans. Like I was gonna bring home a ferret. My mom was like hell bent against it. And see, like I say, I take care of my mom, so I will bring home any animal if I wanted to. She does not want a ferret because they stink.
Yeah, and they steal all your stuff and hide them and everything.
Yeah, my brother.
Buttercup, I'm sorry to hear that. You had an iguana? I love iguanas.
I love them too. But see, the ferrets are just mean. They're mean and nasty, especially the white ones.
Really? I didn't know they were mean, but
the white ones can
steal your stuff.
White ones can be nasty. My brother used to raise them. His white one was very nasty. He was like a real ferocious little chihuahua. He was like a little chihuahua. He would only go for your ankles. He would not go for anything else. He just bite your ankles. Now, the one that I was with at the shop, he was cute. He was. I went to put him down, and he tried to take a little snip out of my fingers. I'm like, you know what? All right, that's it, dude. I was going to take you home. I was going to con my mom into taking you home. But for that, you get to stay here. Goodbye.
Here, I'll show you guys Hulk in his element. I'll show you what he does inside of his tank. This is after so he got sick over the summer, and he had and Coda, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I have 3 ball pythons, so yes, I do. But I had to give him needles because he was sick, and he was not a fan of it, and he fought me so hard. And at this point, I had jabbed him 4 times and still didn't get the medicine in him, and he was pissed at me.
Oh shit!
And he jumps out of his tank at me.
I think he wants to stop that.
Yeah, he didn't like it at all.
Oh, I feel bad.
Poor thing.
That was so sad when you put the needle in. Just be careful. Don't let him bite you. That's the reason why.
Well, it's hard because he wiggles out and he moves. So it was hard to, give it to him. We got it down, but it was just in the beginning. It made it really hard. But a lot of people get these lizards and they don't know how to take care of them right, or they don't put the proper lighting on them, and then they get this thing called metabolic bone disease, where their bones get really weak and they get they scrunch up, and that they like hold on. I'll show you. I can show you guys one that is really cute that I follow on Instagram that has metabolic bone disease. And hold on a second.
We should get Queen a bearded dragon for her birthday.
Oh, she has bearded dragons.
Oh, you do, Queen?
I think she has
What
2 or 3.
Sorry, yeah, I was gonna say, well, my kid does, but yeah, we got 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't really tinker with them too much, but I got birds, and I know y'all hear them.
Oh, yeah.
So I try to keep it muted, but sometimes they scream. Like sometimes you can hear them in the background. But I got they're sun conures, like
Guys,
little
guess
parrots.
what I'm getting for Christmas?
What?
I'm getting a chihuahua, a dog.
Oh, oh my gosh! What color?
That's cool.
It's gonna be like white, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it in my room. I'm gonna show you guys after
Aw,
the stream. Will be good.
that would be cute.
Where are you from?
I'm in Burlington. I live here for 6 hours, I think. I don't know.
I figure because your accent.
This is what they look like without what will happen to them without proper lighting. Their bones get like brittle and turn into like cartilage, and their body will do that. But this one, he got walking shoes. Wait till you see how cute this is. They got him a pair of shoes. Hold on.
Oh hell! I put shoes on my dog Tess. Oh my gosh, she wasn't having it. She tore those things up in a heartbeat. She took them off herself and she tore them up.
Well, they're not like real shoes, but it's like a thing where he's able to walk on the floor.
Hang on, guys. I got to mute for a second.
So that's him. He's confused, and he has like a little thing, so he's able to move across the floor.
Oh my! Whoa! What happened?
He can't move very good because he's
Oh, that's why it's in that shelf.
First turn. I know.
He got nervous. He didn't know what to do, so he started shaking his hands. And then he's able. Now he cruises around the house on it.
Is this like the part 2 one? Is that
what?
the part 2? Is that part 2?
The part 2 one, yeah, that was part 2. Part 1 is like when his thing came in the mail.
Oh yeah, right. I feel bad for your dragon. He's like, nope, I don't want to be in it. He's like, nope, I just want to go to be free.
And then I follow this other one. Look how cute this is. His name is Chef Lenny, and he's a bearded dragon who has a cookbook.
Oh, I like the
and he makes.
Oh yeah, Halloween is coming up. I think Halloween is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
He makes mini food dishes.
I want to.
Oh my god, that is adorable.
Guess what I'm gonna be for Halloween?
What's that, babe?
Guess what I heard I'm gonna be for Halloween?
What's that?
What's that?
Ariana Grande. I'm dressing up as Ariana Grande for Halloween.
Awesome.
Do you know the girls of Squeak Queens? She says, "I'm not a bad guy." All the time I say that all the time. Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I like that. He eats like he goes. Yum, 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 yum. He's like yum 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 yum. He likes it. Oh, it looks like a cowboy. Oh.
Sorry, I had to mute, guys. But there was a moth living in my house for 2 days, and my dog finally got it.
That's good.
Yeah, your dog got it?
Good.
I got the best fly. Who needs a fly swatter? I got the best fly catcher in the house.
I want one.
Shit. Can't have mine. You can't have mine. Mine can't go nowhere. My baby can't go nowhere.
No way, Jose. Say that.
My baby is the best fly catcher in the world. Takes her a couple days, but she'll get it.
That's cool.
But I've had a moth living in here and I couldn't find it. But I finally got it. The little son of a bitch. Kept bouncing everywhere and clicking everywhere. It was annoying as hell. So I finally landed on the floor and my dog just went, it's protein time.
He's right next to you. He's like, oh, I'm going to sniff your hair. It's so cute. He's like, hi, I know you're in there.
So how did you find us, Josh?
I like people stream all the time. I watched. Do you know Rebecca Zamolo? She was a YouTuber. She got pregnant. Her name is Sadie because she was so cute. Bless her.
Mm.
Do you know?
So you just pick random streams and watch YouTube?
Yeah. I watch streams every time I go see that other girl, the church lady, and then I say hi to her. And then I've been in there again 3 times. You should watch it. It's really cool.
What's her name?
I don't know. I forgot it. I've been in the Queen stream, and she's got mad at it, and when she says, "Hey, why are you in my street? Get out! Shoot!"
Yeah, I said if you're a child, I cannot have you up here. We don't talk about things like that. You know what I'm saying? we don't talk about things that younger people should be listening to sometimes. And so I didn't feel like it was appropriate. Like I said, you look very young to me. That's a compliment. I just thought, if you're if you're under the age of 18, we talk about things. I mean, up here we were talking about another creator's
we should have a party, guys.
I just didn't want to bring you up there if you're under the age of 18. I don't want to be getting in trouble either. So
Yeah.
Well, if you're under 18, it could get us in trouble. So you have to.
So
Okay.
we all have to be real careful these days. Like with me, like when I came on the Queen's channel for the very first time, I had to show who I was, so she knew how old I was and that I was not a child. So,
can I ask you a question? Do you know, like, if you get hacked by a YouTuber, what you do is just do not view your face, do not talk about swearing or like that. It's kind of true.
Wait, say that again?
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No.
When all the, do you know, like, the streamers, the, like, hackers comes in and hack you all, and no spamming, and that's not allowed. That's no for that.
well, I mean, I don't really know much about that. I'm not very tech savvy, so I don't know anything about how to do that. So I don't know. I don't really know much about that.
So do you like true crime? Is that why you follow these streams? Like, what? Or you just pick random?
I like the Queen Bee because she's coolest and she's nice.
That's right.
Because she's a nice person in the world.
That's right.
Sometimes I try to be, but sometimes I get a little grouchy sometimes,
Sometimes Queen has to put her foot down. Sometimes
you know what I did? I even yelled, listen, I got, because I've had people come up and, not as themselves, or they come up and show themselves and show their private areas and stuff. My mod tried to come up on my panel and I didn't think it was her. I cussed her ass out and blocked her too. Blocked my own damn mod. So sometimes it happens,
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Shit.
I'm adorable. Stop it.
Well, you know what, Queen? I must say, just be very lucky that you are not on Twitter, okay, baby? Just be very lucky you're not on there. Because I guarantee
Yeah, I
you,
don't know much about that either. I don't even know anything
yeah,
about Twitter like that.
just stay off there. Just stay off there. Just stay off there.
Well,
You don't have to take that of the last 3 days. You won't be the same ever again.
Why?
Look at
What's
it.
fill
He's
me
like
in on it?
throwing it.
What's on the twit? What's on the tweets? What's going on over there?
Oh, this is okay. This is it's
I'm
just
gonna go get
it's just some
some more
handy
animals
stuff.
for Josh. I'll be right back. We'll make his his one-time panel experience fun.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's just
Continue.
some guy he's
Be careful.
handicapped. He's a little weird, but he's also a little bit nasty. Um, I'm sure some
What
people
happened?
down in the panel might know who this guy is. He took a now I'm not trying to gross anybody out, so I do apologize. And he
Just
took
take.
uh, he took a chocolate chip cookie and put it between his ass cheeks.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah. So now the last couple
Hold on a fucking second. So what did you just say? What did you just say?
Me. Me. Are you talking about me? What you just...
No, she's talking about her Twitter shit. What did you just say? Say that again.
Yeah.
some guy. Okay, it's just some guy who's handicapped. Okay, he's a handicapped. Yes, he took a chocolate chip cookie and put it between his ass cheeks.
Oh, he looks so...
Why? Like, what is the plan doing that? What?
I don't know. I don't know why he did. I think he did it for comedy. I think he was doing it because some woman was making. I think somebody was making fun of him. Some woman was making fun of his handicap. I don't know. He just
You're
did it.
making me laugh. Stop.
Here, Josh, I brought you another lizard before I say bye to you. But
Ever since he did that,
Oh,
I can't look at a chocolate chip
snake,
cookie ever again.
snake.
it's not a snake. Yeah, this is white butt.
Oh, I thought that was a snake. Oops, sorry.
He's gonna get as big as a dog.
What? Wow, that is so...
Okay, what kind is that?
This is an Asian water monitor. If you ever
Okay.
seen here, I'll show you what they look like when they get big.
Thank God Kate wasn't here for what I just said, because she probably likes chocolate chip cookies.
Oops, sorry.
1 sec. I'll show you how big they get. This wasn't my idea. It was Dave's idea. So just keep in mind that, guys.
Oh, you mean like a crocodile?
Oh, I've seen those. Those things are huge. Those things can get huge.
So did you ever see that show, Jessie on the Disney Channel? Hey, Jessie. Woo.
Oh, you mean the Disney Channel?
Mm-hmm. Do you know Mr. Kipling?
Oh, you mean the what's it called again? I forgot his name.
Mr. Kipling.
Mr. Kipling. He's so cute, and
that's what this is. This is a baby one of those.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yes. All right, Josh. Well, thank you for coming up, bud.
All right. It's been fun, guys.
I was gonna say thank you for hanging out.
Thanks, Josh.
Bye. Have a nice
weekend. We'll talk to you later. Well, that's cool. At least we know who he is now, you know.
He's a big fan, Queen.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I said, I thought he was young because I only got to see from like his eyes up.
Yeah.
So he looks super young. I'm like, well, I can't risk that. You look like you're maybe 12, maybe 15 at the most, you know?
Yeah, he still looks young to me.
Okay, look, so Savannah monitor. That's what it is.
Oh,
The one I
yeah.
was telling you about, my buddy's got a Savannah monitor. I thought it was the same kind, but it's different.
So I used to have a Savannah monitor, and I ended up giving it to my friend who lost hers because it was mean as shit, and I didn't know what to do with it. It would never come out, and it would go and like huff at me and wouldn't let me touch it. It was mean. These ones are actually pretty nice and well tamed. They're like pretty chill. Like I'll
Yeah, but
stick
those
my
guys
hand
can
in
get
to
huge,
feed
can't
them.
they?
What?
They can get pretty big, can't they?
Oh yeah, like 5 or 6 feet. They get the size of dogs, but with short legs.
Yeah, these things are
Hold on.
scary.
Let me see if I can
But
look up
they're
Mr.
precious. But they're precious.
Mr. Kipling is, if anyone's ever seen the show Jessie, Mr. Kipling is exactly what. Oh, I didn't know Mr. Kipling was a candy. Hold on, I'll show you. So Mr. Kipling on that show, he's like one of the kids. They're like, it's on the Disney Channel. He's like their pet, and that's what this is a Mr. Kipling. That's how big they get compared to a human. You see that picture right there? I don't know if I can make it bigger. But yeah, they get big.
Damn. So you got a cage set up outside for him or what? Where are you guys gonna put him?
Dave's gonna build a cage. We have like we're supposed to be building a new house on our property, but we have to go through like a zoning hearing and stuff, so it's gonna take a little longer than we planned. But if we have to make one in the house I'm in now, I have like a whole room where I can make literally. They would have to share it with my laundry room, but it's big enough where I could put a whole tank in it for the both of them. Oh, I do have a turtle. Yeah, I can show you guys a video of my turtle. I have 8 bearded dragons, a leopard gecko, 3 ball pythons, a turtle, 4 fish, and 2 Asian water monitors. Almost all of them, besides the 2 Asian water monitors, 1 beardy and 1 snake are rescues.
You know, I was watching the stream that Queen had. It was during Hurricane Ian, and there was a video of the gator just, floating like it was nobody's
Oh,
business.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's sharks too, just like.
Yeah, that
swimming
poor.
around.
You know what? If I didn't worry about that shark, eating me, I would have strapped a leash on that thing and I would have, swam it while I walked, and I would have led it back to the water. I would have, if I didn't worry about, getting eaten alive. But see, seeing that gator, it reminded me of this show that I watched on YouTube called Bondi Vet. And there was this gator that they brought to the sanctuary. I think his name is Elvis. But there were others that they brought over. Elvis killed all of them because he didn't.
Them?
Yeah, because he didn't like them. He didn't want them around. They were competition.
Oh, wow.
So he was just a loner. He's a little mean little sucker too. He's a little bastard.
Beats him. I feature them sometimes on my channel, but I should do a separate one where I just do my reptile stuff. My kid would love that. And I'll show you guys my turtle. His name is Mikey. I like Ninja Turtles, Mikey. Because he's orange. Yeah, I breed roaches, SV. I actually have a big bin full of roaches in my laundry room. So because I have so many and it costs a lot of money. Oh, we lost Queen. I have so many.
Come back up here.
I have so many lizards, and it costs a lot to feed them, so it's a lot easier to breed. They're called dubia roaches. They're from South America. They're the only roaches I'm not scared of. And I saw someone, what? Yes, I didn't. So someone said my Philly accent is strong. I knew you were from Philly as soon as I heard you. Well, there are some people that have much stronger accents than I do, but Philly people usually can pick out my Philly accent. But so what's crazy about the roaches is that, like, if I saw a wild one, I would freak out. But these ones, I guess they kind of like grew on me because they're actually really like maternal, I guess is the only way I can really explain it. Is they so how can I explain this? All right, so I have a bin and I stack up like those egg crates that hold like 30 eggs at a time. The big like they're like square. They're like this big. I stack them up vertically in a bin because it creates hiding space for them to walk on. And when they have babies, the moms like will gather all the little baby roaches. They're like this little when they're born, and they're born live, and they look like little roly polies.
Oh,
And the mothers will gather the roaches and into like the little egg thing, and they'll lay over top of them, and all the mom roaches will just take any baby and protect them. If that, like, it doesn't have to be their baby, they'll just lay on top of them and protect them. The males still freak me out though. I won't pick up a male one. But yeah, I'm
see,
used to
I'm weird. Okay, my family calls me weird. I think my aunts actually threatened to throw me into an institution because I won't swat bugs and flush them. I won't. I'll like if we have a roach in here,
You'll throw it
I'll
outside first.
I'll take like them little Tupperwares. I'll scoop it up with the lid into the cup, put the lid on it, walk it outside, and be like, all right, yo, you stay out here, bro. This house, the inside, is off limits to you guys. You belong out here. That's what I do. I keep them outside. Okay,
And
that's where they live.
Coda, I feed frozen mice to the snakes because it's actually pretty risky to feed live rats and mice to snakes because they'll bite and attack the snakes, and they'll do some damage, especially rats. I have a crazy story. So I got with one of my new snakes, I got this live rat because at first he wouldn't eat the frozen ones. Some of them are really picky and only want stuff that moves. And I tried to feed him and he wouldn't eat. So my son, of course, is like, "Can we keep him?" Like, so I'm like, "Whatever. We'll attempt this." Josh, not again, buddy. So he's trying to get me with the spaghetti again. So I put it in this bin, and because I didn't really have anything at the time, and I got it some like, stuff to put on the bottom and got a little hide for it. And I put these screens over top with things over it so it couldn't get out. I put the clear like a plastic, like what do you call it? Like not glass, but it's like glass, like clear plastic. I put it over it, then put something over that, and all night the rat just was jumping and hitting the top, boom, 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 over and over again. I mean, this rat was like crazy, like all night long. All I heard was him just throwing himself at the plastic. Really.
Yeah, see, when I was in school, they would have this show and tell where this kid would bring in his python and it would feed him live rats. Well, every other couple days, they would feed it. Well, they would make us take turns feeding it. So when it came to my turn, I'm like, I can't. And my teacher's like, why can't you? I'm like, because it's against my religion. I can't. I pulled that religion card twice. One, I pulled it on, I couldn't feed the snake. And then she called my mom and says, your daughter won't feed a snake. My mom's like, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to feed it either.
It's hard to do live ones. It's hard. It's much easier to do one that's already frozen and dead. But so this rat, right? It got out somehow. I don't know how. This person won't stop. My God. So he got out and he went under my fridge. I swear to you, I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning trying to catch this damn rat, and I had to put zucchini, pieces of zucchini, like over and over again down at the hold on, let me put subs on. This is ridiculous. Who is this person? Hold on, guys. No. It's this one.
I just killed your whole team. What do you mean? I just killed his whole team.
There we go. Sorry, guys. I can't.
No, I did the same thing. I did the same thing in high school. When junior high, actually, they wanted me to dissect a frog. I told them it was against my religion. I passed with a D. I didn't care if it was.
You didn't do the frog?
I didn't do it. I didn't want to. I didn't. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me if it was already gone. I still wouldn't do it. So they gave me a D for it. I felt bad too because after I left class, I started crying.
Is that you, B. Tim?
That's me. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not a 14-year-old boy or something like that.
He got me because he put these like spaghetti noodle looking things up, and I thought it was all right. So I thought Josh, when he first came up, was a woman with like really blonde dreads because he had this like white yarn.
Did you think it was Perplex QT?
It did look like Perplex QT's hair, but like with dreads. and it looked like it was somebody with like hair in front of their face. So I talked to them first and they were like, hello, and talking. So I let them on, and then I realized it was his hand. It was I realized it was his hand pretending he was a doll. And then I just could tell by his voice it was him right away. And it was too late at that point. So
yeah, and then he changed his name to Josh 18 for the disclaimer.
Yeah, Josh 18.
What is he doing? Is he like? He's way past his bedtime. It's 10:30 or where I'm at, New York.
Josh, you need to go to bed, buddy.
Stop watching these true crime channels. Watch some Minecraft channels or something.
I know. Of all things, he's watching like. He said, "I like Queen Bee. She's cool."
Yeah.
What's up, B?
What's up? How you doing? How's things going with you, Marilyn Monroe?
Pretty good.
Cool.
This lizard is making me nutty.
How many lizards do you? How many like reptiles do you have?
I have
got a whole sanctuary over there.
I have 8 bearded dragons. One of them has metabolic bone disease and needs like special care. One of them's blind. It didn't mean to be this way. It all started. My kid, he was 3 and he had a fascination with snakes, and I felt like he wasn't at an age for snakes yet. So I got him a bearded dragon, and then once I started learning about them and like, how a lot of people don't take care of them, and I started feeling bad, so I adopted a handicapped one. And then I just became like the resident lizard lady where people just started calling me when they had like, because bearded dragons are becoming super popular now as like a pet.
Yeah, they don't know how to take care of them, basically.
Yeah. And then I get a call like, hey, my friend has this lizard, and they bought 2 of them. Now, lizards are solitary animals, and they don't like being with another lizard.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will buy 2 and put them together, which is fine when they're babies, but when they get older, it's not. Depending if 2 females can be done, but 2 males, no way. And then
Yeah,
I'll
I
get
mean,
balls.
they're not like mice where you need to have like 2 or 3 so
Mm-mm.
they can get social. But if you actually have pet mice, like
Don't you do it. He pooped on me. I knew that was
mm,
little brat.
uh, but why don't you have a rescue center? Like, why don't you try to make like a rescue type of deal, and then make a YouTube channel
should.
with, and then make a YouTube channel like they did. That's like the craze now. Like a lot of people do like rescue branches for them or rescue areas, and then they do a YouTube channel, and then the algorithm just like loves them. You just have to do some silly short videos, and basically that's it.
My son watches like Brian Barsick and Dave Kaufman and Tyler Nolan, all the big like YouTube reptile people.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
there's another guy, Jay, too. He does a lot of shorts with like really big snakes. Jay's Exotic Pets.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up that YouTube channel I was recently watching. It was called like the Rescue Ranch or something like that. And this guy, you ever heard of him?
Camp Cannon, maybe?
No, it was something else. I'm trying to remember. He has like 2 capybara pets in his house.
Oh, I don't know, but I know there's a lot
Oh,
better.
the Urban Rescue Ranch. That's the one. Yeah, he does these like very cringy type of videos, but he literally had like, he quit his job and he started out in his backyard, and he had like a casserole, not a casserole. I mean like some other, those giant, like those, it's like an in between an ostrich and something, like an
emu.
Yeah, it's not like an emu. It's a little more violent than an emu. And he had in this backyard, and he had all these things, and then he slowly but surely, because of YouTube, was able to buy a dilapidated, like a dilapidated property in Texas that was just used as like where people go to. I don't know if Josh is still watching, where bad people go to get high, let's just say. And basically, he just renovated now, and now he has pigs, rescue pigs there, and he has like other animals and capybaras, and he tries to give them away. Then he just like keeps a couple of them there, and he has like a whole bunch of other animals there too. So yeah, that's a big deal in YouTube. Like there's a lot of people that do rescue, and then do YouTube channels like shorts, like joke around, and basically that's it. I know.
By the way, Coda, I love New England Reptile. Nerd is like one of my favorites. He's big on monitors. He does a lot of monitor stuff. And will you just lay on my keyboard and be good, please? You're driving me crazy.
Yeah, he wants to be part of the show. That's the thing. He wants to be part.
I know. Usually he sleeps on my keyboard, but right now he just wants to go. He got a taste of freedom because he escaped last week, and now he's feral, like a feral monitor, where he thinks that he's going to get away. And
it's because he was like shown on like a live, and now he thinks he's famous. Now he's like he thinks he's the most famous person around.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell, people just started calling me like, "Hey, I have this lizard. I have this lizard," and then I couldn't say no. And we work in construction, so luckily, my hubby built me like a cage that takes up like the whole wall, that's like apartment buildings for all the lizards because they can't be in the same tank together. So it's like, 1 tank, 2 tank, 3 tank, and then the next row. So I just have like a whole wall filled up. And then one day I brought then I bought my son a snake because he really wanted a snake. And then one day I brought my lizard to Wawa, and this lady had a really big snake and asked me to take it because she didn't have time for it anymore. So I took that snake, and then I got another one, and then I got these Asian water monitors, and I also rescued 2 leopard geckos. One of them died from cancer, but I have a leopard gecko.
I didn't know lizards can get cancer. I didn't know that.
Especially certain morphs can get cancer. Like the one that I had, it was almost like very.
Oh my God, who is this person?
I even did subs only. I'm gonna have to do it longer.
Who is that? Like someone who just hates you or something, or is that like?
No, they just do this all the time, like in all lives. I don't know why they're.
Where's Queen? We need her to put some.
Well, I mean, the moment you started talking about Earth, when you were like basically herding roaches the outside, she probably just ran out. She was like, I'm getting out of here.
Oh yeah,
No,
Queen was like,
I think I scared her off with the Twitter story.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of did it at a bad time.
She asked.
Garage.
Oh,
I missed the Twitter story.
I'll send it to you. I'm not repeating it. I'm not. Okay, this is what research for a video leads you to. It leads you some weird shit. Okay, it does. You're never the same again. I had to block these two people. On Twitter because I don't know how they figured out I stumbled across their page. I never commented or followed them or liked any of their stuff, but somehow they started following me like 20 minutes later. I'm like, how the fuck did you find me? So I had to block them.
I put it on 5 minutes now. Hopefully
I think this is just a dedicated troll because they said like who did like I don't know, man. They got the weirdos sometimes in YouTube. Some people just need to go outside and touch grass.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to Buttercup, but then I was trying to keep it PG just in case. So I was like, I'll just.
Yeah, the kid probably. I mean, like I'm pretty sure that kid's probably like 14 years old, maybe even younger. To be honest with you, I don't know what his parents is doing, but yeah, weird.
Where in New York? Someone said where in New York? Did someone say something about New York?
No, I said that I live in New York, and it's like 10:30 something. Maybe someone else. They're talking about something else. Yeah.
They were saying, yeah, I think they got you confused with Josh. They said ask Josh where in New York because we were talking about Josh. They must have.
Oh, okay. But anywho, how's things going with you?
Good. I worked all day, and then Queen was like, "Girl, let's go on and talk some shit." She went in someone's live today, and they told her she was controversial.
Which live did she go into?
Are you kidding me?
I think it was Lana's live. It wasn't Lana who said it to her though, but somebody told her though, like, "Oh, Queen's been real controversial lately."
How is she controversial? She's like, yeah, please don't photograph.
An insult.
I think Queen's like, I don't think she's controversial at all. I think she's like the fairest person on YouTube.
No,
and she's just the most honest person on YouTube too.
She's one of the small minority of sane people on YouTube that don't think it's a good idea to like film like children and 18-year-olds for content and
Thank you.
I mean, like, and I mean, like, I think
I can't stand when people do that. Like, I'm one of those people. I need like good hard evidence before I can start. Like, after you could ask my friends during the Barry Morphew case, everyone's like, "Oh, he's guilty," and I'm like, "There's no evidence. Like, I can't say he's guilty." So it's really hard for me unless he just keeps popping up around my shoulder. It's really hard for me to go anywhere like that unless it's like really there's a lot. Like this Debbie case that's been going on lately.
Yeah.
I can go there with the daughter even though I don't like to, just because there's just so much. Like, I feel like I can speculate there, but I can't with like kids and teenagers and stuff. Like the Kylie case, I feel so bad for them kids because they're just.
Yeah, you also lose your credibility. I mean, like, you ever heard of Gray Hughes? He was like, when I was talking to him last night, he was on live and he was like, literally, like, yeah, I have no respect. Like, Zav Girl's the worst. He was like, he said, the preacher boy is bad. Like, you know.
I've never even heard of the preacher boy.
Do you know who the preacher boy is? Tyler.
Oh, Tyler. Yeah, okay, I do.
I
thought you meant the name was Preacher Boy.
Yeah, he just says he said the preacher boy because he couldn't remember his name. He's like, wow, that was the weirdest thing when he was like, Zav Girl, I gotta do a live, but you know, I don't really want to leave this. So can I stream snipe your live while I'm on panel? I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, it's like you lose your respect when you're around when you do those things, you know, your credibility, and you just become a joke basically to the whole community.
I used to like Zav Girl, but I don't like. I mean, I don't like where it's going. lately. And then when the emoji thing happened, I was like, oh man, I was so upset about that. That really bothered me.
The emoji, what the emoji is.
Her emojis. Hey, Ground Up. Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, good. It's you. I was making sure it wasn't, the troll.
No, it's me.
No, it's her emojis that are the faces of the victims.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
You
it
didn't
does.
see that, Tim?
You
How did
didn't
you
see
miss
that?
this?
No,
Okay, I think you need to pull it up.
see. The
Oh
thing
my
is
God.
I don't watch people I don't like. So it's usually I don't like. The only
We
time I
gotta
hear,
show them, Kate.
yeah, I mean, like I don't watch a lot. If I don't like you, I don't watch you. So, and I just because my time is valuable. I don't hate watch people, and I'll just wait for the clip channels to clip it. So that's how I act.
How do I,
Well, you know that 1 year ago today hit tragedy in my hometown of Las Vegas. Now, a video that I made and uploaded it to my channel. One of my family members asked me if I was going to make a video and put, pictures of the victims. I said no, because there's teenagers. And I said, there's not going to be anything that shows faces on my video. So what I did was take what they set up in Las Vegas for the victims of that festival.
Yeah.
Well, that was horrific.
Oh, I
Wait
know.
a minute.
I was up for 3 straight. That was up for 3 straight days.
Yeah. Jeez.
I was up for 3 straight days calling my family.
So you have to sign up for her membership, and then you get access to her emojis, which are, there's like a couple pictures of Kylie. There's Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn.
Why is Johnny Depp the missing person?
Well, no, it's
Johnny
just
Depp
her emoji. She probably was covering the Johnny Depp case and made like a Johnny Depp emoji. But
he's got a shirt that says objection on it.
So like, did she take the Cece and Bella one off? Is that one still up here? Oh, Cece and Bella from the Watts case. That's Nicole Kessinger. That's Dylan Rounds, Summer Wells, Jalissa, Lori Valette, Tylee, and JJ.
Who told her this was a good idea?
Nobody.
I don't know. This is the one thing that I really can't get behind. Like putting their pictures up as emojis.
She's profiting from dead people or missing people, and she's pocketing the money. She's not even saying this money goes to charity or it goes to the family. It just goes into her pocket.
Does she still have more than one Kylie on there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, she does. She still has them. I mean, how many do you need? Just wipe it all out and just keep Johnny Depp. Just wipe them all out. Keep Johnny Depp.
Well, how many lives can you do about a case that has no new information? Well, we found out pretty quickly.
I know. Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, I get that it's hard when people, want to speculate and talk about it. But at the same time, like, I can understand that if your panel guests are going there and you're like,
yeah,
and you got a big chat. But this was kind of like, this bothered me. I'll give that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's like new information to a case, it makes sense that you report on it. But if there's like zero information and you're just kind of like scooping the last spoonful of peanut butter at the bottom, and you're just slowly but surely just having nothing left, yeah, that's kind of wrong. I'm just using an analogy. But yeah, she just basically just scooping for content because she knows that this is a big turn. Like she can get like 2,000 or more people watching. So it's pretty much that it, honestly. If it's not about the money, why do it?
Yeah. And even like, I wouldn't even care about like the Nicole Kessinger ones and if she had like Chris Watts but like the babies and stuff like that bothers me. Because as a parent, I would be very, 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 very fucking mad if somebody was using my kid's picture as an emoji, like charging people to use my dead child's picture as an emoji. No way. Either way, it would bother me.
This is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, the emojis you mean, grown up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's horrible.
That is
Yeah.
horrible.
I couldn't
But-
believe it. Like my friend sent me this and was like, Sarah, she was like, oh my God, do you see our emojis? And I was like, what? Like
Yeah, I
like
saw
I
these
said,
and more
even
that
like
covered it.
even if you had like serial killers or something, like that would be fine. If you want to put like serial killers as your emojis or like
yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put serial killers.
you know what I mean? Like, like if you have a true crime channel and you want to put like serial killers or like Lori Vallow or something as your emoji, like that's fine.
Yeah,
But
put her. Nobody gives a shit about her.
yeah,
I hope
you know
you're
what I
wrong.
mean?
Yeah, I mean, I just wouldn't because I think serial killers are the lowest form of humanity, and they should just be all tossed into volcanoes, just like with other certain with other people that mess with kids. They should be automatically tossed into volcanoes, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much my opinion. And I'm using volcanoes to make it so avoid any issues with YouTube. So
Yeah, like Queen Bee, hers are super respectful, like the bees and the hive and the
Yeah, hers are
they all
normal.
go with her theme, but having kids as your emojis just
Well,
like
some people who, join their memberships, they have like these little circles with stars in the middle. I mean, they're pretty just normal.
yeah, that's so weird.
yeah, Punkhead. Yeah, you're right though. I'll give her that. She does a good job editing her own videos and doing her own stuff. But I mean, like I'll give her that. Like she's what do you call it? Like she doesn't steal other people's work. She makes her own and looks up her own stuff. But this I can't get behind that.
So
And go ahead, Grana.
So what all are we talking shit about tonight? Just anything and everything?
Yeah, just random shit,
Yeah, shooting the shit.
That's cool. Actually, Kate, since you're apparently the only live I'm allowed on anymore,
Oh, no.
I'll let you know that in the background, I went to our mayor's office and then went to our police department and had a private discussion with a detective on my cousin's case that I've mentioned on here a couple times, her 40-year-old case, and I'm waiting to hear back from the detective, which I should have already heard back and I haven't, so I'm going to call him Monday. But if I get any movement on that case and it goes anywhere, I guess you'll be the only one I share it with, since you're the only one that allows me on their live anymore. So
what happened? Would you get in a fight with somebody or something?
No, I honestly don't know what happened.
Oh,
so
you can come up here.
Like you remember what happened on Zav's channel the night that she got kicked off and all the drama happened and everything?
You mean with the peens?
Or the night where we were on the private.
The night where we were on the private.
Okay, yeah.
So then I think there was one other night after that I was in there, and the lady that was in the private with us, the one I messaged you and told you about what I told Zav, that the lady was lying about everything. You remember that? I messaged you on Instagram and told you about it.
Yeah.
So ever since then, when I go on, if I go on one of the Zav's lives, she doesn't even acknowledge that I'm in there.
Like if you go on panel?
No, she doesn't she's not doing open panels, and she hasn't invited me to one. And if I say hi to her or speak to her in the chat, she doesn't even acknowledge me.
Oh, wow.
And then weird thing is, that time I was on here and you dropped my channel link and everything in your description and allegedly asked me to come over onto one of her lives. So I did. And then now all of a sudden, same thing with her. If I go on there, Big Al say hi to me and everything, but she will not send me a link, and she doesn't even acknowledge me if I say hi to her in her chat.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, We haven't been over there either. Just things.
Yeah, so I've pretty much not been on hers anymore. Or watched hers anymore. I'm not going to. I mean, I don't know what I did, but
Well, I'll definitely share your case if you want to put it out there.
so
Yeah, same here. Same here. I'll help too.
So I mean, it's a 40-year-old case, and no movements happened on it, and I don't know how many years, but
Would you say it was your cousin?
I'm trying to push it, and if I can get anywhere with it, then.
Why wouldn't she be interested in a 40-year-old case that you were related to, and you can give more details about it? Is it just like, what's the situation with that?
No, like I haven't even talked to her about it because she won't acknowledge me. Like if I say hi, I could say hi to her 100 times in chat, and she will not even acknowledge that I'm in her chat.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened with this? I'm not familiar with your case. I don't know if I never heard about it. What happened with the case?
Well, I have a cousin that came up missing in 81.
Oh, okay.
And she's still listed as missing today. She was 12 when she came up missing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And 2 years later, her sister came up missing and was missing for 3 days, and they found her murdered. And so that was in 83. And in 99, they proved that the mother's boyfriend at the time murdered the one. So then they automatically assumed that since he murdered the one, that he was responsible for the other one, but they have no proof that he was responsible for the other one. So it's just been sitting for 40 years as a missing persons case because they don't have anything to close it on to say he did it. But yeah, they're pretty much just running with the fact that he did it.
Did he confess to the first one?
He didn't confess to either one of them. He was dead when they proved that he killed the second one.
Wow, that's kind of lazy.
Yeah, he overdosed on coke and blew his heart up in 89, and they proved that he did it in 99. So
did they actually prove that he did it, or they just?
No, they did, because when they found her, they saved all kinds of fluid samples from off of the outside of her body. So then in 99, when DNA became big, they still had all those samples in storage. And so they ran DNA on all the samples, and they found his sperm and her blood on the outside of her body.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
So that was how they proved that he killed her. But the second one has been missing since 80, and they've never found a body. She just vanished.
And do you think he did that too, or is it not related?
I mean, I'm not saying he didn't. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying to leave a case sitting open cold for 40 years and say, well, he probably did it, but we don't have any proof of it, is lazy police work. It's just like I told the mayor's office and the detective. If you don't have enough evidence to say this person did it, we can close the case, then you don't have any evidence, and you need to keep going until you do.
What type of investigation happened for the first person that's missing? Like, what did they do? Did they do you know what they did or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, they looked for her, and they investigated it, and like her mother, my aunt, traveled several times with the police to other states when they thought they found her, or if they found a dead body that matched her description they thought was her. But they never did do it. They never did find her. So
yeah, it's tragic.
But it goes a lot deeper than that, because the boyfriend, my aunt's boyfriend, the one that we know killed. I don't want to put any names out, so we'll call the first one the 12-year-old and the second one the 16-year-old. How's that? Okay. So we know the mom's boyfriend killed the 16-year-old.
And how old was the other one?
12 when she came up missing.
Oh.
He was tied to the mob. So he was a truck driver, but he had a dedicated route from Indianapolis to Chicago, and he ran a drug route for the mob. So there's also that connection. and I'm not sure that. I mean, they never were able to prove that had anything to do with it, but.
So you think he got close to the mom to get to these kids, basically?
I don't know. I mean, there's allegations of that he was molesting both of them. There was a rumor that the 12-year-old was pregnant when she came up missing, but that was never proven because they've never found a body. So, I mean, it could be that he was molesting the 12-year-old. She came up pregnant, and he did away with her to cover that up.
How old was he at the time? When at the time when he met this woman?
How old was who?
The individual. How old was he when he engaged in a relationship with the woman that had the 2 kids?
I'd have to say he was in his 40s.
So he should have had a previous relationship, right? He should have had a couple of previous relationships.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like, an essay, or, I'm going to use that term because I'm not that. Usually doesn't just do one crime. There's probably other crimes that he did as well. So maybe there's other people that are possible victims that can maybe help with kind of like.
Well, I don't know. I don't know because it was never proven that he was actually doing that. That was just a rumor.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you, if you have a name, can you drop it in the private chat?
Yes.
Well, we can look it up and,
What name are you wanting?
All of them, if you have them. That way we can look them up and we can, look at them look through them ourselves and see.
Like if we Google it, will stuff come up? Like, is it?
If you Google the 16-year-old, nothing will come up. I've tried several times. And I doubt anything will come up on the boyfriend, but the 12-year-old, the missing one, that will come up under several things. She's listed through the Center for Missing and Exploited Children as missing. She's the Charlie Project did her story. You can find her story on about 3 or 4 different websites, and you can find pictures of her.
Yeah, I have those 2 on my phone. That they came with my phone. So when I bought my phone, I got those 2 apps. So I can look through that stuff too. I will help.
I'm putting the 12-year-old's name in private chat now.
Okay. Yeah, because I'll help you too.
But with the 16-year-old, where was the? I'm sorry to get into details. I'm just curious. It was like found. Like was he trying to hide it, or where was she discovered?
She came up missing in the middle of the day. Actually, both of them came up missing in the middle of the day.
At the same time?
No, at 2 years apart. But when they vanished, both of them were in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And were they sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she came up missing in the middle of the day. She was missing for 3 days. They found her. When they found her dead, he dumped her about 11 miles north of our town. And
was it on a truck route? Was it on a truck route?
It's on a state road.
Okay.
And the coroner determined that she died the same day they found her. So that means that he held her somewhere for 3 days, and wherever it was, it couldn't have been very far because he only dumped her 11 miles from our town. And this was one of the things I brought up to the detective when I met with him a little over a week ago. Was this guy was a truck driver and had a route from Chicago to Indianapolis. So if he took her from here, he never took her out of town or not very far out of town, because if he took her to say Chicago or somewhere and he killed her while she was out on the truck with him, he wouldn't bring her all the way back here to dump her. He would have dumped her somewhere way far away from here where they weren't going to find her.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously whatever he did it here, or else she wouldn't have been found here, because he had plenty of opportunity to take her and dump her somewhere else. because he was a semi driver.
So my question is that, you know, so she was missing for 3 days. Am I right? Was she missing for 3 days?
Yes.
The second one. And
Yes.
basically she died on the same day on the third day. So basically you're thinking that she was held somewhere previously where he possibly did something. I'm sorry to bring up this touchy detail. Did something and then moved her from that facility to dump her somewhere. Is that your thought process?
Either that or he held her for somewhere for 3 days and then took her out there and did he raped her and killed her. So
yeah.
either he held her, or sorry to use that, I'll use a different word, sorry. He SA'd her and killed her. So either he held her somewhere and then he took her out there and did all that and left her.
Yeah.
Or he held her for somewhere for 3 days and I don't know. I mean,
yeah, and he's also, so he would have to have a facility nearby to do this. So that would probably, like, he would have somewhere has to be quiet. Either it has to be the back of inside of, like, what type of truck was it? Like, because it was a big, long type of truck where you can stick a lot of things into and kind of move it around.
He drove an 18-wheeler. He was a semi driver.
So maybe he used that. Maybe I'm just speculating. Could be that, and then used it as a transport.
But that's what I'm saying. If he put her in the semi and took her on the semi, he wouldn't dump her 11 miles when he had a route that went all the way to Chicago. He would have dumped her somewhere farther away.
Or maybe, do you think he might have panicked?
No, I don't think it was that. I remember this guy, and this guy was a piece of work. He was very quiet, very large, and very intimidating. I mean, this guy was a real cold piece of work. I mean,
and he just stayed quiet for the last, so he did this crime and then he stayed quiet. There was no other crimes afterwards.
No, and the only reason he did become the suspect in her murder, and the only reason he did was because he had a private conversation with a friend of his, and he told his friend that he knew what color her panties were when she came up missing and was killed, and that was what flagged the police to make him a suspect, was because that person told the police what he said. So then he became a suspect in their murder, but they never could prove it because DNA wasn't used in the 80s. It hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
And so then in 99, when DNA came out, then they were able to prove he did it, but he had already died 10 years earlier from overdosing on coke.
Yeah. I mean, like, the only thing I could think about is if he might have continued to do this crime in the past, like before this first person, and he did this crime in the past with other people, maybe that could lead a clue to where he brought the 12-year-old, maybe, or, maybe I'm just speculating.
I mean, it could be as simple as he was essaying both of them and she got pregnant and he did away with her to cover that up.
Yeah.
And then the 16-year-old either found out what he did or figured out what he did, and maybe he got rid of her to cover up for the first one. It could be that simple, or it could be something way different. I mean,
I'm sorry for your loss, man. I really am.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I was 5 years old when the first one came up missing and 8 when the second one died, but I grew up with this. I remember I sat at my grandfather's table and in his kitchen and listened to my aunt and my mom and my grandfather and all of them talk about the case, stuff that was actively going on in the case. So I literally grew up living in this case. And the cops said that the 12-year-old, they said her file is such a mess they can't make heads or tails out of it, and I've offered to go through her file with them and help straighten it up, and they almost laughed me out of the building. And I'm like, you guys just told me that you can't make heads or tails of her file, and you're all not much older than me, so I'm sitting here telling you have a family member that's offering to help at least straighten out her file so you can work the case, and you don't even have any interest in that.
Is there possibly you could do a FOIL request I'm not sure. I mean, maybe like you guys can answer. Can he actually do a FOIL request with documents?
Oops. Yeah, would you be able to get the case documents since it's so many years later now?
I
know.
don't know if they'll give me anything because it's still an open case. That's what I told the detective. I said, you guys are at a dead end on this case, and you have been for years. I said, if you're not gonna take me seriously, and you're not gonna do anything to try to move forward with the case, then give me a copy of her file, and I'll work on the thing myself. I said, at least that way somebody is doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they didn't. The detective just said that wasn't his decision. So
this sounds very odd. I mean, like, what did this guy? I mean, this guy. I'm asking, did he have any friends in town? Like,
I googled it. Can I share my screen? Like, is it okay? Do you care?
I don't care.
I also left you a message in the private chat that I didn't want to say on here.
I just read that. I don't know if it was or not.
Okay.
So, missing since August 29th, 1981, 12 years old. They said she was rumored to be pregnant at the time of her disappearance, but this has not been confirmed. She was last seen on August 29th in 1981 in Lebanon, Indiana, at approximately 11 a.m. She was last known to be at her family's residence with her mother's live-in boyfriend. I mean, in my opinion, it's got to be this guy for sure. Omer. Is that how you say it? Omer?
Omer R, but he went by Steve.
Omar, I think that's Omar.
She vanished during the day and was never seen again. Deborah's mother reported her missing on August 31st, 1981, 2 days after her disappearance. Deborah left all her personal items behind. Authorities initially classified the case as that of a runaway. In 1983, her case was reclassified as a missing person with probable foul play after her sister, Frances, disappeared and was later found murdered. Frances went missing on October 4th, 1983. So this is only 2 years later.
Right.
She was found dead 3 days afterwards along US 52. She was arred and killed by a gunshot to the back. She apparently died on October 7th, even though she vanished on October 4th. Omar was named as a possible suspect in Frances' murder. In addition to that, he became a top suspect in Deborah's abduction in 1981. A semen specimen was recovered from Frances' body in 1983, and in 1999, Bebout's DNA was compared to semen and it matched, proving he murdered Frances. He was not charged as he died in April of 1989 at the age of 49 from a heart attack, but authorities suspect that Omar was responsible for Deborah's presumed murder. Her case remains unsolved and foul play is suspected. Wow. So, how far was the highway from their house? Like, it was close by?
I mean, 52 intersects right on the edge of town, but where her body was about 11 miles north of town.
So that's not that far.
No, she was actually face down in the ditch, and a farmer and his son was going into the field on a tractor to plow, and they almost ran over her. That's how they found her.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but I mean, I'm 47 now, and this started when I was 5, so.
Yeah, my thought process is that why did he not dispose? I'm going to use the word by sound insensitive. Dispose of the second body the way he did the first.
Well, and see, that brings up a whole nother thing, because if you scroll back up to the top where it has her date and everything when she came up missing, this is another whole thing. And if you go on like other websites, there's one website that actually mentions it, but I'm not for sure which one it was. But there is a guy that's in a federal prison in North Carolina right now who is a serial killer, and he is suspected of killing at least 40 or more women, but they were only ever able to pin one murder on the guy. and he's doing life in federal prison for that one murder. And he did an interview with a reporter, and when he has talked about things he's done, he's never given enough information for them to pin anything on him. Like, he'll talk about stuff, but he stops just short of giving them where they could find a body, or giving them an exact name, or actually admitting to anything they could pin on him. And one time he went further than he normally does, and he told a reporter that the very first girl that he killed was from Lebanon, Indiana, and he abducted her the summer of 1981. Well, the only two girls that came up missing that summer was my cousin, which she went by Jeannie. Her name's Deborah, but she went Deborah Jean, but she went by Jeannie. Jeannie and her best friend came up missing on the same day, and that's why they first listed her as a runaway, was because they thought the two girls ran away together. And there was even reports from truck drivers who said they saw them hitchhiking on the interstate, but that ended up being proven to be false. They weren't hitchhiking on the interstate. So it's like, okay, well, her and her best friend came up missing the same day. They were the only two girls that came up missing in this town that summer. And this is a very small town. It's a little farm town. So either this guy, the serial killer, is either full of crap, or the boyfriend's not responsible for both. Even though it seems like, obviously, by reading the articles, it's obvious. Yes, the guy's responsible for both. But
I mean, like, this just seems like...
Why would a serial killer that's never given enough information to pin a specific person on him go that far to be able to pin a specific person on him, and be full of crap about it?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of serial killers will take the rap for things that they didn't do because they want the praise, they want the glory, they want it all. That's just how some of them are.
This guy's not like that.
Also, I would just say that there seems like there's two different MOs. Like, one is basically he disposes of the body in basically an open area, and basically there's some sort of sexual assault involved. The other one is completely missing, and suddenly with the other friend completely missing. Most likely, if I was to guess, seems like two separate killers, if I was to guess. And I speculate. So maybe this guy in the jail might have something. What you're saying, I'm just going by the information you're saying. It seems like two separate people to me, because one is not planned. The first one's planned and seemed like it was, planned out. The second one seems like a little bit more of not quite planned. Like, it's like too last minute. Like, you would probably want to dispose of the body at the very least. Also, not, with, it just doesn't make sense, the two. And also with the friend disappearing with the same day as the first person seems very odd.
Well, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but is there any proof that this guy that did this to your family member and the serial killer know each other? It might be a dumb question. It might be a stretch.
No, there's no proof that they know each other. But the thing is, the serial killer is from our area. Like, he literally grew up and 45 minutes from our town, an hour from our town. And he has a very weird childhood. His father was a mortician / graveyard keeper person. They lived in a house that was in a cemetery. That's how they grew up. Mm-hmm. And this guy is not like most serial killers, where they say, I did this and I did that because they want the attention. This guy wants no attention. Like, the FBI busted a guy in a major drug ring, and the guy was facing a lot of years in prison. And they cut a deal with the guy. They said, we will put you in his cell. You get us information that we can use on him, and we will cut your sentence. So the guy agreed. Well, he thought he had enough information, and when he thought he had the information they needed, he went off on the guy in their cell one day and told him exactly that he was wired, he was going to turn him in, blah, 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 blah. Well, come to find out, the information that he thought he had that was so good wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for them to be able to do anything with. So the guy blew the case when he told the guy what he was doing. And ever since then, the guy will not talk to any cops. He will not talk to any reporters. He will not talk to anybody. But this guy is literally like off his rocker. The guy that they put in his cell said he had a map with red dots all over it. And he had these little wooden penguins that he had made there in prison. And they were all lined up like down the side of the map. And the guy asked him what was the deal with the map. And he said, the dots are where all the bodies are. And he's like, so what's the deal with the penguins? And he said, they watch over the bodies. I mean, this guy is off his rocker. He's not looking for attention.
The serial killer guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
And how would he know detail? Like, what was how would he know about this missing person in this town? That's the thing I would probably wonder.
That's what I'm saying. It's a missing person in a little farm town.
Yeah, this is not famous.
And he grew up an hour from here. So, I mean,
if I was to guess, to be honest with you, if I was to speculate, this is pure speculation, I would think it was two separate killers. And I would also I would suspect he was like when the first one got missing, probably she was 14 at the time, probably. She probably suspected him of doing something as well. So he probably was getting a lot of pressure as well. Am I correct in that assessment?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember really anything from the actual time she came up missing because I was only 5. But I remember all the details from it being talked about later. So, I mean, obviously, when my aunt was going everywhere around the country looking for her and everything, they were having conversations that I sat and listened to, and that's how I know so many details for as young as I was. But I was too young at the actual time she came up missing to know like all the details. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of weird twists in this because there's the serial killer thing. There's the mob, the tie with the boyfriend to the Chicago mob.
Yeah, but the mob would probably kill him if he actually touched kids. The mobs don't like that type of stuff.
No, they don't.
Well,
they would kill him.
Here's another weird thing, though. When they had the funeral for the 16-year-old, there was a guy that came into the funeral home that nobody knew. None of the family knew him. Nobody had ever seen him. Nobody has a clue to this day who this guy was. Okay? He walked in. He was a big, tall, bald, solid muscle black guy that's built like a brick shit house. And he walked in and walked up behind the mom's boyfriend and tapped him on the shoulder. They turned around and walked out. They were outside for about 10 or 15 minutes. The boyfriend came back in by himself. Nobody ever saw the guy again. And nobody has a clue who he was. Could it have been somebody from the mob coming down to make sure that he did kill her? Maybe he was told to kill her for a reason. See, you don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I just like
because he
I
did.
think it's the same guy though. Like if he did that to the other sister, then it wouldn't. But it is.
I brought up the MO thing too to the cops because I'm like, okay, look, when somebody kills somebody and then they kill multiple people, if they got away with the first one, and especially if somebody is definitely a serial killer,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
I'm sorry to interrupt. What was the MO of the serial killer? What was the usual? How did he dispose of his victims?
I'm actually glad you asked that because I gave all that to the cops, and I'm pretty sure they walked back in the office door and dropped it in the trash can. But anyway, I researched all that. All of his victims fit the physical description and the age of the 12-year-old, and one of them even had her same first and middle name.
Now, can you drop his name down in the private chat, please? So I can look him up if you remember.
I would have to go back and look it up. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I think a big thing you need to look up what was his MO, basically why he targeted them and how he disposed of bodies.
It was pretty much the same thing. He would abduct them and nobody ever saw him again.
Okay, then I would probably point that there was 2 separate people in my thought process, and he probably is the guy who did the first. Probably.
I brought up the MO thing to the cops, and I'm like, okay, let's say you guys are right, and it was the boyfriend. Let's just go with that theory for a minute. I said, here's my question. If he did away with the first one and she was never found, and then he did away with the second one 2 years later, why wouldn't he have left her where he left the first one? Obviously, the first one was never found. Why do you all of a sudden change and leave one in a ditch where she's going to be found?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 2 separate people.
Their answer to the question was the same theory that I've heard my whole life. Well, he saw how broken up the mom was over the first one being missing and not.
That's stupid.
He wanted to leave the second one where she could be found, and I said that's bullshit.
Yeah,
people that'll do that to teenage girls don't give a shit what their mom feels like.
No,
or they
don't.
Wouldn't do it to begin with. So you're not going to tell me that he left her out in the open to be found because he cared about the mom's feelings. If he cared about the mom's feelings, they'd both be alive.
I swear I've seen that girl before somewhere. On a program somewhere. I swear.
No, did they recover it on anything? Like on any programs or anything?
I mean, I know the Charlie Project did a story on her, but I don't know if that was ever on TV.
Yeah, I just think the police officers did lazy police work. They probably just don't really care. They think it's a cold case, and they just want to do a tie up with a bow tie. If I was a guest.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's you.
I'm not saying that small towns are like that, but some are. Okay, I'm not trying to disrespect small towns. Okay, I'm not. But some small towns are like that, especially back in those days when
they
there's
don't have a lot of money in their budget to do like. They'll write a lot of cases off because, like, say, all right, this is what we think it is, and just let it be that because, they don't want to waste the resources searching and money and stuff like that. Even though,
not enough money, not enough manpower, stuff like that.
I think in '99 when they proved that he killed the 16-year-old, by then the one had been missing since '81. So you're talking a lot of years with an open cold case. And I think when they proved that he killed the sister, they just automatically went with he killed them both because it was an easy way for them to say, okay, well, we know what happened. But the problem is they have no evidence, so they can't close their case. And I told the mayor and I told the detective, if you don't have enough evidence to close the case, then you don't have anything. Keep working until you can close it. I don't care if it's 40 years old or not. Until you can close it, it's not done.
Well, I'll make sure we can dedicate like a whole stream to it. If you can get any information about it, if they'll give you anything, or if you can look up information about it, or if there's any information in your family that still has it, we can cover it and do like a whole.
As far as like what?
Like if they have any documents or like if there's any like news paper article, things like that. Anything like
the only thing that I can find in print is on other websites. I mean, I even went back because I know WTHR 13 in Indianapolis, which is 27 miles from here.
Mm-hmm.
They did a whole story back on this. I remember seeing it on TV, and I went back into their, like, where you can search their archive database on their website, and I typed in both the girls' names, and nothing came up. So
I would also probably pull information on the serial killer suspect as a suspect and pull that together and as
Oh yeah, that too. We can look into the serial killer if you got his information.
I mean, he's I don't know. There was 3 women that came up missing. I think they called them. I don't remember where it was. It was Illinois or St. Louis or somewhere like that.
Do you know what his occupation was?
Huh?
Do you know what his occupation was? The serial killer? Was he a trucker or?
The only thing I do remember is I know they said that he used to travel around and do Civil War reenactments, and so he was always traveling from town to town, and they think that that's how he was killing people and moving on, was because he traveled everywhere doing the Civil War reenactments.
Huh.
Was the guy in Civil War? I mean,
I think his name's Dwayne Hall. Look that up.
Alright.
Hi, Queen. By the way, I didn't say hi earlier.
Hey, Queen.
I'm gonna probably end it at like 11:30, guys. I'm gonna look this up real quick. And
If I wasn't on my phone, I would look it up, but I can't do. I don't think
Larry
I can look it up.
Dwayne Hall.
Yeah, that's
Larry-
him.
Larry Dwayne Hall. All right, let me save this.
Yeah, look at that guy.
He stalked and murdered numerous girls and women between 1981 and 1944. He's a fan of the Civil War. He came under police attention after the discovery of 15-year-old's remains. So it was young women.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if
so this could definitely be. I mean, that would be a huge coincidence, but still, I mean, it's possible.
And if you just read through like some of the people he's suspected of killing, and then you go Google those people and look at their pictures and start looking at their stats, I had a whole stack of people that are suspected to be his victims with their pictures printed out, and they all fit my cousin's physical description, and they're all close to her age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at all the people.
If Kate covers this, I'll toss what I'm doing aside and come help her.
But that's what's weird about it, because you've got the boyfriend that killed one that probably is responsible for the other one. But then you've also got an active serial killer in the area that she fits his description. And he's openly admitted one time to one reporter that the very first girl that he abducted and killed was from this town in August of 81. And she's the only one that came up missing in August of 81, other than her best friend that came up missing the same day. And that was the question I posed to the cops is, so you've either got a serial killer that killed both of these girls, or you're saying that the serial killer took one and the boyfriend killed the other one on the same day, and the serial killer and the boyfriend don't know each other. That is a huge coincidence. And in murder cases, there's I'm not going to say never. There's very few coincidences, especially not one that big.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of them or the other is responsible for both, or you've got two guys that did the same thing to two girls from the same town on the same day that are no way related. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after my guest, so I have a guest coming on the 4th, which is Tuesday at 8 p.m. For people who weren't in here, I'll give you a rundown. He worked, I don't know if he still does, but he at least did work for Philadelphia Ghost Tours, where he took people. So I'm doing like a spooky series for the month of October, where we talk about different like serial killers and spooky stories and paranormal stuff, whatever, all that stuff. So he worked for Philadelphia Ghost Tours. He wrote a book called The Haunted History of Philadelphia, Haunted History of Delaware, but each a book separate. And then he wrote a play about Jeffrey Dahmer and starred in it. And he knows like everything Jeffrey Dahmer. He was actually fact-checking the Netflix documentary. And that's how I found him and then started looking into him and then asked him to come on. So he's gonna present the Dahmer case with me. So if you guys like Dahmer, and if you haven't watched the Netflix documentary, you should, and then come and talk about it with us on Tuesday at 8 p.m.
And see, just on a last note on this thing, because I know everybody on YouTube wants to be careful about what they do and what they put out, rightfully so, because you don't want to ever put yourself under the gun. The first time I started working on this, which was about 7 years ago, my aunt, which was the girl's mother, asked me to drop it and leave it alone. And she said that the reason she stopped looking was because she got a random phone call from a guy one day that said he was with the mob and told her to drop it and leave it alone and stop looking, or he would kill her and everybody in her family. And she said that's why she stopped looking into it. I dropped it and left it alone for 2 years, but then I picked it back up because I don't know if it's just ingrained in me because I grew up hearing about this every day or what, but it just eats at me and I cannot leave it alone.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it would bother me too, especially because you grew up. Is everyone talking about the Dahmer documentary, or are you talking about? Well, we're gonna just talk about. We're just going to talk about Dahmer in general. Like, we're going to go over, like, the whole Dahmer case. Not necessarily the documentary. We're just going to talk about, like, all his victims and everything that he did and how, he became that way. I'm not really going to focus on that. But I'll talk about the ghost tour stuff and his books at first. And then he's going to help me present the Dahmer case.
When's that happening, by the way?
Tuesday at 8
cool.
p.m. At 8 Eastern time.
Kate, I will tell you this, since I'm pretty much gotten a cold shoulder from the other channels that I thought I was, trying to help out with, giving my input on cases and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to share any information with anybody on this case except you. And you already have me on your Instagram. So if you're doing any research in the backgrounds and you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram and I'll answer whatever I can.
And as soon as after I do that show, then we can do, and Earth, you can come on too, and we can do this case. I'll set it up for after that.
Yeah, I will come on here. I will toss everything else I'm doing aside. It can all wait. It's not important. I will help here in any way I can on my side.
But
help me in.
That last thing I said about the phone call that her mother said she received, I just wanted to make you all aware of that, because if that was the case and that's why she dropped it, maybe a little side of caution when looking into things or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because that's one of the things with this case is that tie is always there and you don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. So.
Well, we'll definitely deep dive into it, and I'll start researching as soon as I'm done on a Tuesday, because for the next couple of days I got to make sure I got good questions and things. Can you ask him the name of the dead man they suspect did it? Yeah, his name's O.M. Well, they suspect.
Just call him Steve. He went by Steve.
Yeah, Steve. Well, his real name was like Omar. Debut.
Omer R. Bebout.
Oh, Bebout.
He went by
B-O-U-T.
He went by Steve Bebout.
Hold on, I'll write it out. I'll write it in chat. Steve Bebout.
But his legal name was Omer R. Bebout.
The serial killer is Larry Dwayne Hall. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna end it. I don't know if Queen's going live or not. She might be. She just fell off. So.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on, Kate. It was good talking to you.
Up anytime, B-Tim.
All right, and good to talk to you, Marilyn Monroe. And
thank you all for coming up and joining me and chatting up the panel with me. And you all are invited anytime.
All right. And sorry about everything, Garage. I hope you find this piece of garbage and get this.
Me too.
I just want to be able to close the case. If the boyfriend did it, prove it and close it. If he didn't, then find out who did it and prove it and close it.
Yeah.
Stop being lazy. Stop being lazy about it and get up and do some work and close it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this will get people talking about it, and maybe they'll feel a little pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have a good one. Bye.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
thanks everybody.
Good
Thanks,
night,
Kate.
everyone.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Kate. I'll talk to you soon, sweetheart.
All right. I'll talk. I have you on Messenger. I'll talk to you there.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Bye, chat. Bye, everyone. See you on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And see you, Ground Up. Thank you for coming up and sharing your story.